Okay, so we are back in Partition Designer, and what we want to look at is the project manager. And we have a job that a project we've described called Project Manager 1 specifically for this purpose. You'll notice in this welcome screen you can either select a new room and begin describing a new project rather from scratch, or you can open an existing project, which is what we will do now. So we hit Open Project, and immediately you can see that what it does is it lists the rooms and gives a very cursory description of the rooms. It shows obviously the project name here, and it gives us two actions we can perform. Initially, we can either add a room right off the bat, or we can print or process selected rooms. Now you'll notice that for both these rooms the data set status is complete and they are ready to print. You can check or uncheck those depending on whether you want to obtain blueprints or drawings on your title block of that. And once you get in here, again, there's a quick description of what you're getting, and you can say get selected job drawings, or you can unselect that, in which case you would only get job documents. Depending on how your system is configured, that could include full bills of material, could include hardware breakdowns, material breakdowns of manufactured components. It could include various inventory or paint line requirements, fabrication requirements. Whatever documents the system is configured to give you would come under Get Job Documents. Okay, drawings obviously is self-explanatory. So we would click those and hit OK, and but we'll at this point cancel that operation because that's not what we're doing now. But that's available to the user. Now we'll notice that if we want more specific detail and control, we select the room. So I'll select room number 1, which of course is a very nondescript name. So one of the first things we'll do here is we'll rename that room. So we click on rename, and we'll call this Men's 1 and hit OK. Alright, you'll notice that the name changes. We'll select the next room, room number 2. We'll rename that, and we'll call this Ladies Room 1, or for the purpose of consistency we'll just call it Ladies 1. Okay, so that's been updated. Now let's say men's room, it's currently red. So what we want to do is change that. So we'll change it to have the same color as the ladies room. So we change it to cadet blue. We select OK, and so now there's uniformity there between those two rooms. All right. We'll also notice we can change the quantity. Men's room currently has a quantity of 1. Of 2, we'll change that back to 1 and hit OK. And so that change has been made. All right. Notice also that you can add screens or modify what screens. We have urinal screens, obviously, floor supported screens, which have a little more range in terms of size and include a pilaster, and post supported, which again have more of a range using standard panels typically, and supported by a post. These also can come in various styles. They could be floor supported with or without a headrail. They could be floor to ceiling. So okay, so what we'll do now is also you notice you can copy a room, you can delete a room. So let's say there's another room in the project. We want to keep it separate for the purpose of management, but we'll click on men's room and we'll say copy room, and we'll call this Men's 2. All right. So we've made a room that's identical to Men's 1, except Men's 2 has one change, and that is that instead of cadet blue, this room is the pilasters panels are red. Now you notice you have the ability to change the color of other rooms. We'll just stick with Men's 2. We can do the same thing with ladies. So we'll say copy room, and we'll call this Ladies 2. Okay, not too much variety there. Again, that carries over the color of the previous ladies room. So with Ladies 2, we will change that from cadet blue to red as well. Okay, because that's the theme that I guess is being pursued in that part of the building. Okay, so we can add a room, rename a room, copy a room. We can delete a room. We can add notes to a room, which we'll look at in a different video. View and edit the room layout. So we're currently in Ladies 2. Let's view edit the room layout. So we select that, and it brings us to a 2-scale representation of that room, which can be modified. So let's say in this case, we want to move the handicap toilet from right to left. So it'll make the appropriate changes, moves the door over, changes pilettes to sizes appropriately. Okay, so that's all we'll do for now. We'll go back to the project manager from here, and we'll say we want to add a room. And we'll call this lobby. And by the way, I'd suggest naming, call it lobby first. The rooms typically should be named up front, when they're being created, just for the sake of clarity. You can also judge by the description given the project manager if you need to find a room, but it might as well do everything up front. Okay, so we'll select powder coated red with chrome plated Zamac headrail braced, and in this case we'll create a new room. This one will make an alcove with in-corner units, and so we'll say the alcove width is 110, number of stalls is 3, and stall depth will go with 60. Okay, we'll go to the layout screen, and so the layout screen shows us the stalls we just created, the room we just created. And so from here we can go back to the project manager, and notice that the lobby first is now listed with the other components. So this is how the project manager generally works. There's a few other things we'll get into a little more detail in other videos, but we appreciate your time. Thank you.